Greetings and salutations, friends. Thought I'd throw together a video on what goes into the post-production side of my channel. I just did it for about 10 minutes and realized I was on preview mode instead of recording. I'm a noob, such a noob sometimes. And even, you gotta laugh about it though, don't you? Anyway, long story short, you'll pull yourself away from my awesome backdrops there. They change, don't worry. Darth Vader will go away eventually. You got my mouse. Yep, you can see my mouse. Okay, good. So this is Movie Maker. It's the stock standard Microsoft Movie Maker that comes. I don't know if it comes with it anymore, but it's easy to download. It's a pretty small program, and it has served me well. When I have established myself with a job or get some fan funding, I got friends texting me. But yes, so there's one little SMS and that throws me completely out. Damn it. Yeah, so it served me well. So this is what I use when I've got myself established in my new job, which I won't talk too much about other than to say basically I'm in a form of law enforcement that happens to be managing illegal parking. Leave it at that. I don't want to talk. I won't be talking too much about my work or giving specifics about what I did while I was at work because it could put me into some hot water and I don't want to lose my job. So I'd rather, keep it on the down low, keep that. My work life is my work life. This is this, and my private life is my private life, which sometimes I may talk about, but mostly I don't. So here we are. We got the. I'll invest in something more later, maybe. This is doing the job just fine at the moment. I am impressed with some of the stuff that Free Stride Rhino. Hello, Rhino, hello. Some of the post-editing stuff he can do is pretty fantastical, so maybe I will invest in something like Vega at a later date. But for now, this is what we use. So without wasting any more time, I'll just make this a bit bigger. Sorry, Darth Vader. Yeah, so as you can see, already got the intro here. If I push the play button, better not because it'll play the music as well and that'll sound horrendous. But these are the three components that don't change per episode that I throw in here to post-edit. The reason for this will become apparent as we move along, but outro, intro, and the music, which are the three separate components that go into H1Z1. You will probably notice that with a lot of my other shows now, the music doesn't start until the intro, the outro starts. I've done that on purpose. It's just, this is something I want to keep doing for H1Z1, but it's really unnecessary and it's tedious when I'm doing it with so many different shows. So this is a special situation doing H1Z1. So anyway, I have a drive set up. I bought a drive to hold all of my storage for my work because, quite frankly, there's a lot of it. I did at one stage overfill it and lost a few really awesome shows. I lost about 8 episodes all up, six Fallout and 2 H1Z1s. And it's a little bit soul-destroying when you put yourself into it and you have a really great episode and you can't wait to show it and then you realize it's corrupted or there's something else wrong with that. So a little bit crushing, but I figured out why it was. It was because that was overflowing. And so now when I start recording, I always go into that drive, check the properties and make sure I've got more than 100 gigabytes there so that I can record stuff. I like a lot of leeway, a lot of padding because I don't want to ever go through that again. That's probably the second time that's happened to me too. So you'd think I would have learned from the first time, but nope, not me. Anyway, so here you got Movie Mate. We'll go into the drive and you'll see I've still got this to bring out. This has not been produced yet. I leave it here because I also haven't done the thumbnails for it yet either, and that lets me know I've got some thumbnail work to do on those a little bit later on. We might actually use that as a practical exercise in thumbnails, but we'll see how we go. Also, I have this folder has all my different shows, all my different folders, and I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the one I'm doing right now. There you go. It's being recorded as we speak. So we won't tamper with that. Here we have the ARC folder. Nothing in there at the moment. Got to go back and do some more real soon. You've got Mordheim. Got plenty of Mordheim to bring to you. I'll be bringing that to you very shortly. No Disney at the moment because for some reason Xbox and Windows 10 aren't communicating at the moment, so I can't bring any of that stuff to you, and so on and so forth. If you see a show that you like here, it's probably going to be coming back at some stage or not. I've also got a whole bunch of pretty funny PvP hilarity for you as well. We'll get onto that soon. But, so we're doing H1Z1 at the moment, so I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the new one. I did that one last night, so we'll throw him in there as well. These are... Oh, I'm running a little short on H1Z1. Naughty Fallout's fault. Fallout is a very addictive game. I might give H1Z1 its fair due tonight, I think. Get some stuff done with that. I don't want to have too much of a backlog with H1Z1 because I am expecting very soon to get news that they're going to wipe it and put the new map on. So I'm happy to keep it at about a backlog of about 1 week. That way it's also fairly current for you guys too. So that way, yeah. Anyway, enough of that. So as you can see from the folder I've opened up at the moment, I think I just did that one. That's going to go in the done box. I hope I did it. And then the next one is this. Now, an important thing that I've learned about this is naming your recordings. Don't just leave it listed as recording, because you'll get another batch and you'll throw them in the folder and they will copy over the ones that have the same name. So recording 2 copies over recording 2 and so forth. So now a thing that I like to do, which you can choose to do or not, is I'll put H1Z1 Season 7 and then I'll put the date. This is a marker on so you can see all these are the same. They were all filmed on the same night. And so that's what I call a batch run right there. And as you can see, it spanned over a little period of time as well. So, without further ado, we grab that one and we pull it up here, put it in between the intro and the outro, and let the magic happen. What I can do now while that's loading is take the music back down and put it in place. So I'll put it there, and then I've got to stretch it out a little bit. Okay. That'll do. Okay, so it'll start there and it'll wind down as we get to the end. You can see a little bit that's me saying at the end, come back and shoot again tomorrow at 1500, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's that done. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is click here. See, I've already got the fade out there. So rather than going at the top and doing a fade out, what I can do is I can go to the animations and just click apply all. And as magic happens, it then applies it to the top areas as well. I can then leave that marker there, and when it's finished down here, it'll show that point in the screen here. A few things while we're waiting for that to happen is, now I noticed on, who was I watching? Zugafish. Forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, because you're fairly new to me. Zugafish, I think. Zugafish. I watched one of your videos and I did leave a comment saying you've got to tweak your sound so that it blends and meshes. If you're using this program, I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the film. This is the audio file. The audio file is in the music tools up here. Now, if you click on this, it shows you that I have a slow fade in and a slow fade out on that song. If I wanted to cut and paste the music to make it shorter than that, I could click on that and split it and chuck some away and so on and so forth. Don't really need to worry about that right now, but the music volume is important. See, I've dropped it right down. Obviously, that's max, so I've dropped it down to about half, and then I further corrected it by going into the project, click on the no emphasis button, and then you go to the audio mix here, and as you can see, very little of the audio mix goes towards, it's skewed more towards the film rather than the music. And that means that if I push this, see how it's nice and it's pretty soft. You'll be able, and once that comes in, you'll be able to hear quite easily. You'll be able to hear quite easily the narration or the commentary that I'm doing over the top of that, which is what you want. Because I've had a few. I'm not perfect. I've had a few videos come out. Some of my older subs can attest to it, where it's been horrendous. The music's pumped in, and you can't hear me over the music because I'm talking with my low tone voice, and the music's just drowning me out. So, got to remember those steps. Okay. As you can see, I record in 16:9. You go back to the home. You go to the save thing. They're the two I use. Wherever possible, I do 1080p 60. Some products don't like it, then my default is to go that one. If you can read that, it's 1280 by 720 with the bitrate's not that big either. Okay, compared to, the bitrate's like halved. So not as great, but still, it's not bad either. It's still 60 frames per second. 60 frames, so far as I know. So, that's the difference. And they're the two that I use. They're custom settings that I've set up. With this file, as you can see here, it's going to be a 32-minute file. Now, it could be that I took a break somewhere in here, so I'll chop that out and it'll bring that down. But usually when it gets over 30, I can't do it in 1080p 60. I don't know if it's because it can't handle the resources of it or what, but then it ends up being a YouTube job, which is a 720 show, which is why I try to keep my shows down to about 20 minutes, because I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, I think getting 20 minutes of quality footage rather than 30 minutes of good but not quality footage is the way to go. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could, if I really wanted to, create two videos of 15, make them 1080p 60, upload them on there and stitch them together inside YouTube, but too much work. I want to do, I've got too much to do in the real world to be stitching around like that. And as you can see, the file's almost loaded. What else? What else can I talk to you about while we're waiting? You add the mat music here. As you can see from this, this is the one I used when I first bring it out, and then I can move it around. It adds it to the current point, so it would add it where this bar is right here. That's where it at. If you click that one, it'll add it on at the very beginning. It's up to you. I don't really use these. I get my music from. I have gotten music. Gotten such a bad word, I shouldn't use it. I have chased down and secured music, a bit better, from 3 different sources. I recently, see, there you go, pops in with the beginning of my. Actually, it's down the bottom where I'm about to say goodbye. Yes, Alpha Records. I just released a video with all my thumbnails. Actually, for my H1Z1, and I used a lot of music from Alpha Records. They recently approached me and asked me if I checked them out, so I did. I liked their products, so I subbed them and liked individual songs and said what I wanted. I disliked the songs. Some of their songs are hard to download. Those got a dislike from me because I don't want to go to a music. I don't want to go to a music site and have a hard time getting the music. That's why I predominantly use the YouTube audio library. It's a great resource. Some of them on there now, just beware, have instructions. If you use certain things on there now, you must put credits and stuff in your description and so on and so forth. But fortunately, with the ones I use for H1Z1, for instance, there's nothing like that. But I still credit it at the end. If you've ever read my credits, they still get their due because I reckon they need to. If I'm going to use someone's hard work, I want to give them credit for it. I think that's pretty fair, don't you? I also drop names of people quite often. I don't think anyone who's watching me long term can say that I haven't dropped the name of Flaps. Hello, Flaps. BK Delta, good buddy in New York. Freeze Dried Rhino, which I think he's an awesome kid. He really is. He's so funny. And there's a whole bunch of others too. I just watched one of MS videos tonight and he was pretty good. Check out my subs, man, because there's so much talent there. Anyway, now that we've done this, we'll move back into it. So I also sometimes narrate on there when I have to, and that's this button here. You can record narration, save it on a file, make sure you know where you've saved it, then retrieve it, put it in, so on and so forth. Or you can add one you've done before. Done both of those things before, very handy. Haven't had to use the webcam video because, well, I don't do webcams. One reason is I like my privacy. 2, I don't want to inflict my ugly face on any of my viewers and scare them away. And 3, I have 3 small girls. Girls need more protecting than boys. So in the interest of them and my wife, for her peace of mind, I don't think I'll ever do webcam. I might change my mind, but when they're older and that and can defend themselves. But for now, for their safety and security, I'm not going to be using any webcams. That being said, let's just have a quick listen, and you'll see you can hear my voice quite well. I would love it for you to do that, so go ahead, click that like button today. And a big round of applause in the back. As you can see, you can clearly hear my voice. I'll just give you a demonstration what would happen if I messed around with this. We don't want that button. We want that button. See, now if I put that the other way by accident, can't hear my voice. Can't hear my voice at all. Put it back down there. A nice spot for it. I get to give you prizes away to show my appreciation, and you get to. And there you go. So that's that part sorted. Okay. Now, as you can see, up here, I turned off all sound. So there's obviously I've taken a break at that point. Maybe I had to go catch a stupid bug and put it outside for the wife, or I've had to go feed the baby a bottle or whatever. So that's broken space. Nothing's happened in that space. If we slide that over, hang on, there's my, it's because, wait. Oh, no. I closed my game down. I remember this now. What happened was I was in the middle of filming, right? And I messed with something, and then I clicked the red button at the top with a little X in it. Not unlike that one there. Or that one there. There goes red. And I had a brain spat and I pushed it. So, as you can see, let's just look at it. Let's look at it. I'm here. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, I closed my game down. I will just leave it recording and restart my game, and we'll... As you can see, it's a comedy of errors sometimes. I'll leave the audio in, but I want to get rid of the black space. So what I'll do is I'll come up to video editing. I'll click the split button, which then splits that into 2 different reels. And then I'll just go across here. As you can see, the game turns back on. It's loading, blah, 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 blah. And that seems like it's where the action's going to start. We'll just make sure. And welcome back. So we'll just leave it right there like that. We'll then click another split in there, right click on that, and then we can just remove it. And then all I have to do is put a fade in there. So I'll go up here, go to animation, click all, and it puts one in there for me. And now when we watch it again, oh my god, it must have been late at night.
No, that doesn't do it for you. I'm going to shut up now and edit this out. It's embarrassing.
And there you go.
And welcome back from that embarrassing little thing that just happened. I need to go this way.
As you can see, it didn't chop much out of it. Still 30 minutes plus. You can see the lines on there. That's my voice line. And there's another lot. That little underscore line at the bottom. That would be the movie. So
I can't believe I did that.
If I
it's just so
hang on, let me turn that off. If I want to leave the room in that, what I can do is now mute both the game and thing, and that's how I can tell. I need to have a look at that. Sometimes I just do the other button, but those I actually had some problems with those buttons on OBS because I thought it was actually recording and it actually wasn't. So, yeah. Anyway, I digress. So there you go. Looking down the rest of the line, it doesn't seem like I shut up, so it should be fine. Always come back and check your music because when you chop stuff out, it moves the music around as well. So we put that back up there. And we just slide it along until we get it into a nice position. Probably there. That's perfect. Okay, so music's back in place. Audio done. Everything's done. So all I've got left to do... Excuse me, I just swallowed a mosquito. Please allow me a moment to take a drink of lemon juice. Diet lemon juice. The power drink for people who swallow bugs. I've done it more often. I've swallowed that many bugs. It's unbelievable. Welcome to Australia. And no doubt many other places around the world. Anyway, so we've done everything now except all we have left to do at this point is to name my show. It's not something a lot of people do, but I like to do it. Now, for me to name a show, I need to understand what's going on. It looks, if I just skim through that, I'm still at the dam after recently dying. There's a lot of blackness there, but we talked, so we'll leave it in. And then I'm running over the hills and far away. Trying to get back to, we're doing the reverse there. And do I make it back to the hospital? It looks like I do make it back to the hospital because we've got 2 more lines of footage right there. So this is me scanning. Whoop, let's go there. Oh, yeah, and then we make it back. Okay, so that episode will now be called... I think I've already got an episode called Home Sweet Home. Creative process is never a fast thing for me. Okay, so the first thing to do to name it, we have to go to the credits button. We click that. We get a caption box. Click on the caption box, and then we can edit what's inside. We can change the size of the box up there and over there and all over the show. Whom again? Yay. No place like home. And we'll put one of those there to exclamate it. Now, I use various fonts for... I like to have themes for all my different shows. They're all a little bit unique of each other. And I do like This Night as my theme here. I got that font off the fonts, I think. It's one of the guilty things for me is that I haven't credited the fonts that I use. But I started doing fonts so late that I don't want to go back into it. I'm so lazy. But maybe next season I'll look these fonts up and then I'll start paying them some respect and crediting them as they should be credited. With the text, you've got up, you've got down. I'm going to go up at least 2 places. 2 places. There we go. That's nice. I'll go with that. I'll choose a color. Don't like those colors. I like to go pick a different one if you please. I haven't done that color in a while, so we'll go with that. And because it's a dark screen, how about we color it? We'll go 1 line around it. It won't go grey though. Ugh. How about yellow? Ooh, that's just making me want to puke in my R2-D2 popcorn bucket. How about that one? It's not bad. As you can see, I need to put a space in there because it needs a space. Do that, widen it, then it comes back. I'll just show it off a bit. It's not bad. I kind of like it. What about purple? Purple. Oh, pop. Pop goes the weasel. Right. Now that I've done that, I'm going to use this effect because I like it. And then we'll make that 10 seconds because that's a nice time I find for it. So now if we just start from the end of my intro. I do love that song.
Guys, we're at Zims. Very interesting.
There you go. It's pretty good. I kind of like it. And then the phones. Okay, so everything now is as it should be. I'm not going to make any other comments or little tidbits. Sometimes I do some, but on this occasion, nothing like that. So now it's just a case of me clicking here. I'm going to try potluck and go with that one. That in turn brings up this screen. As you can see, already have 2 done for H1Z1. I've also already done 4 for All Out as well. Click on that, it brings this up. It's a cheap way of doing it so that I don't have to write all of that information all over again. Then we highlight the part we want to make different, and away we go. Not home. There's no place like home? Yeah. There's... Ooh, no apostrophes. It doesn't like apostrophes. There's no... We'll make it whatever you do here, it kind of has effect later on. So if you're going to put capitals. There's no place like home. Saves you in the later editing section. Okay, so there's no place like home. Done that. I've selected 1080. Let's see what happens. Boom, there you go. It's now doing its thing. Well, that's going to take me about 20, 30 minutes to do. So I'm going to end this video here. That was what? That's a good 30-minute video right there of me rambling on about this. I'll make this a 2-part series. The next part will be what I do with it once I've uploaded it at my parents' place. I won't be showing that because parents' place. Essentially, what you do is you take the finished product that you could see, and that's going on. It's actually going onto a memory stick at the moment, a 16 gig memory stick, which I really wish I could afford. I will eventually afford to get 64 gig memory sticks, and then I'll be able to put even more into post-editing in one hit and then drag a whole bunch over so I can schedule it up at my convenience. Because I like to schedule because real life gets in the way sometimes, and I do try to keep it on schedule. Last week or so, it's been all over the place. But school holidays for my kids, it's start driving me mental. One more week and they go back to school, and then the following week I'll start work, and then things will be shifted even more. But I'm sure we'll get into a rhythm of doing things, and it won't have too much effect on my channel at this stage. That's what I think. So, yeah, as you can see, while we've been talking, 4% done. Now, it may get close to the end and then say some files are missing, some files are corrupted, blah, 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 at which point I will then go grrr at the screen, and then I'll do it again in 720, and it should work. One of those ones that you saw before was 720, one prior to this, and the one before that was 1080p. So it all comes back to how long the episode goes for. So I do try to get them down so that 1080p works. I think it's because if it goes over a certain size, they're quite massive. So what I'll do is I'll just grab. Oh, you can't fiddle with this while it's doing this, so it won't let me drag it off to the second screen. What you're looking at, if you can put yourself into my eyes, what you're looking at there is my main computer screen, which is it's a 36-inch HD TV. And then next to that, I've got a 19-inch proper computer monitor, which I thought was just sitting there collecting dust, so I'll use this as a second screen. And I've got to tell you, it is a godsend. Absolute godsend. But we're now at 32 minutes for this video, so I'm going to let it go now. So that concludes part one. Part two will be post-production that happens after they've been uploaded onto YouTube. Now though, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you get something out of that. I hope it was informative. If you wouldn't mind clicking the like button, just let me know if you did like it. That would be great. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to me already, I encourage you to do so. We have a benchmark at 100. I'll be giving away some cool prizes at that stage to show my appreciation to my subscribers, and then we'll forge on ahead towards 250, which will be another benchmark. And I don't know if I can keep topping, but I'll certainly give out as much as I'm giving out for the 100, but we're not even at 100 yet, so let's not start even talking about 250. Right, so comment section down below. If you have any questions at all, pop them in there and I will answer your questions. And leave comments, do as you please. No flaming, no trolling or any of that crap, but I don't expect that. I have a fairly decent crowd of people, all but small, intimate crowd, but mostly decent. I don't really think I've got much in the way of negativity. Maybe a dislike or two in the beginning, but whatever. Dislike troll visits or YouTubers at some stage or another. That being said, guys, until the next time we meet, have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the flip side.